Alright, you guys, welcome back. I'm Priscilla, and this is the Buck Gang Family Cooking Show. Today, we'll be making collard greens and cornbread items. We're going to use this bag. So, I went to the store and I bought 7 collard greens here. They are not washed yet, so we got those. Let me put some over here. Then, I did already thaw out my neck bone, and I get a package of neck bone, and then I also include 2 turkey drumsticks. Reason being is because my kids, they love greens, and the neck bones, they tend to leave a lot of bones, and it's kind of dangerous. So I use the turkey drumsticks to shred it, and that way they can have more meat, and they won't even have to mess with the neck bones too much. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. Here, I'm gonna get 1 onion. Okay, so for starters, we want to go ahead and fill our pot with about 3/4 amount of full water. Then I'm going to go ahead and place my heat on high. I like to get this boiling going. And to also, increase the boil, I like to put just a little bit of salt. So let's go ahead and get started with cutting our leaves. Alrighty. Okay. So, a lot of people, they don't like the stem. I like to include just a little bit of it. I don't like it to be just the leaves. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut partial of the stem off, okay? So this right there, and I just toss it in. This trash. Okay? Same thing for these. I like to just cut that off. Keep a little bit on there, not too much. Alright, so I'm just going to continue this process. Okay, so I cut up a few, and I still have a lot more to go. But I just want to show you this trick here. Now, if you guys have ever made, homemade flautas or, the tapatio's, you just simply want to roll this over, like as if you're making a flauta. And you see it's kind of like again, a flauta, okay? See that? It's nice and tight. So, what I want to do is I just want to easily cut. That way it can give you that good, long, and thick cuts here, so that way your greens will not be too small, okay? And it's very simple and very fast. Okay, so now that we have this water kind of boiling a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add in my meat. I'm going to add in the turkey drumsticks here, and I went ahead and added in 1 extra drumstick, so a total of 3. And I'm just going to add in my neck bone here. So I went ahead and added in my meat. I'm going to go ahead and add in some Lawry's seasoning salt. And remember, you don't need to add in too much at first, because when you add in your greens, you can go ahead and add in more if you ever need some. Let's see here. And I'm going to add in some garlic powder. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to add in as well some ground black pepper. Put that in there. All right, and this is optional. I don't use too much, again, because of my children. So I just use a few, not too much, just to give it a little bit of flavor. These are the flakes, pepper flakes. That way you just put a little bit in there. Alrighty. And I want to add in a little bit of some Lawry's garlic salt. There we go. Alrighty. And that should do. Okay, and then we want to go ahead and chop up and dice up 1 onion. Okay, here is the onion, nice and chopped finely. We're going to pour that in there so it can cook with the meat. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so So we went ahead and filled our sink. We're gonna go ahead and wash our greens. I put hot water in here, and this is cold water, okay? So we're gonna get our first bowl of greens, and we're just gonna pour them in here in the hot water. That way we can go ahead and wash them very thoroughly. I'm just gonna put that in there. And I usually do this process about 2 or 3 times, okay, just to make sure that they are washed properly, okay, because nobody wants dirty tasting greens. You do not want that. Let me see here. Also, so that way we can make sure we kill all the bugs, I do add in some salt. So we're going to go ahead and add in some salt to kill any bugs. They do not like salt. And now again, after you thoroughly, move them around, scrub them down here with your hands, then you want to go ahead and place them in the cold water, okay? So like this. And place it in my cold water. There we go. Okay. Some more. And I just put a strainer in here with a little bowl down there. You can always move that if you need a little bit more room here. There we go. And then go ahead and put some more in there. So again, you just want to transfer from the hot to the cold. There we go. And again, you want to repeat this process about 2 or 3 times. Okay, and I'm just going to continue with the rest of the greens. There we go. And again, after this, you just place it back in the hot water. You can fill your water again. That way you can make sure it is extra clean, okay? You're always using fresh, clean water. Alrighty. Okay, you guys, now as you can see, those are beautifully washed, clean collard greens right there, and they are already chopped pretty nice. Okay, so we have been cooking this for about 2.5 hours, the meat just by itself with the seasoning and the onions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out our drumsticks, and only our drumsticks, because again, I want to make sure it doesn't have none of that loose skin that's just on there. And also I want to shred this meat up for the kids. That way they won't have to deal with the neck bones, okay? So I'm just gonna take this meat out. Okay, so I've taken out our turkey drumsticks. I'm gonna put those to the side over here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put in our greens. That way they can go ahead and start to cook. Let's put them in there. And again, if your greens, are taking too much space, just give them some time to simmer down each round. That way it can go ahead and shrink, okay? Because they will shrink, all right? So this is both bowls full of collard greens here. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in some more seasoning salt. That way we can make sure it is seasoned enough here. Alrighty. Now what you want to do is just to go ahead and push that down in there. That way the seasoning salt can get thoroughly mixed in with all the water. And I still have our neck bones inside of here boiling as well. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to make sure that that is all covered nice and good. Then I'm going to go ahead and place our lid on top and just let it boil and cook on its own for another couple of hours or so. And then we're going to get started on our cornbread. So here are the turkey drumsticks. We have already boiled them. Now we're just going to want to shred this up. And these, loose skin pieces, I usually just take them out and put them to the side. Let's see. So we're just going to shred it all up. That way we can place that in and make sure we have enough meat so the kids will not have to, deal with those neck bones. Okay, so I broke down the turkey drumsticks and you see I shredded it. I left them a little thick, but not too thick. Now Now we're gonna go ahead and place this in our greens pot. That way they can cook as well with all the flavor in the greens. There we go. We're gonna give it a nice spin. Nice flip. Y'all see how rich and green those greens look, you guys? When you wash them and you take care of them, I'm telling you, they are gonna turn out bomb. Okay. Now you wanna just place your lid back on there. Let it cook for another 2 to 3 hours, and we'll see where we get when we come back. All right, you guys, and this is the final product of our collard greens with turkey drumsticks, neck bone, and our cornbread. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and look forward to more videos.
And I learned your trust making memories of us. We'll follow the rainbow wherever the